Happy Bray Wyatt Day, everyone. Today is the official launch of the Bray Wyatt Standalone and Bray Wyatt Edition DLC in WWE 2k24. I am very excited to review and go over some of the details as well as the renders that were put in place for this content. If you guys are Bray Wyatt fans, you are gonna love it. I'm telling you right now, they did him justice. Seeing this for myself instead of watching a video uploaded by WWE Games was a game changer. It's definitely worth at least $10. If you want to wait for a sale, I totally understand it, but I promise you, I'm giving you my most humble, honest opinion. If you love Bray, you're gonna walk away thoroughly enjoying this brand new Fiend characterization from the documentary we saw on Peacock. So let's take a look at the render real quick. We got 94 overall for the Fiend 2023 Bray Wyatt. We got the Elite Series Bray Wyatt as a 90 as well, along with Uncle Howdy 2024 at an 87. If you notice, the Fiend does not have a render. Unfortunately, that's the only missing character that doesn't have a render. It is what it is. You know, he looks fantastic. They didn't really get any professional shots outside of the one that we saw in the documentary, so they have to digitalize his render unless they update it down the road, but I highly doubt it. Ultimately, this Fiend character does pack a punch when it comes to the visuals, the colors, and the freaking excessive amount of accessories that he comes with. I just absolutely love it. Seeing it in different settings just makes it pop, and once the lights are bright, you could definitely tell that they outwork themselves trying to capture every bit of detail for this new Fiend. And on top of that, we also have a brand new locker code in my faction, so put this in for you to get that Masked Mayhem pack so you can maybe get one of the new cards that have been released. So I had some matches with Uncle Howdy and the Fiend. Overall, they do play pretty much the same as you are already used to. This is more like a reskin for you to have different stories in my GM or my universe, or just fantasize over these characters in any way, shape, or form that you kind of set up your own matches, because ultimately we already had Bray Wyatt in the game, and that's kind of the big downfall with this DLC that a lot of people are arguing. But to me, it's like, damn, at least they gave us an update well worth enjoying for Bray Wyatt himself. In terms of Uncle Howdy, I don't like the fact that they only scanned him and didn't change his mask, hair, or attire. I wish they would have changed that. It would have made it even more worthwhile. In my opinion, I feel like that's probably the only thing that was truly missing in this DLC update. But, you know, I'm already getting used to the idea that we're going to have to wait till 2k25, which is pretty much the obvious situation. I know a lot of people don't care about the toy version of Bray, but this is the one that brought the new, the new animation for his old character. It's not really new, but it's a refresh, and we also have the theme song coming in with this Bray too. So, you know, I like that. I like that with this classic look, we get the classic song, and we could ultimately edit some of the characters that we already had in the game that didn't feature the Bray Wyatt theme song we all know and love. So to see him in action, it was, again, pretty much a lot of the same thing we're used to, and we are getting these characters in their My Faction form with diamond cards. This is the official artwork. 93 for the Fiend in My Faction, 92 for Uncle Howdy, and 91 for Elite Bray. You are getting the Firefly Funhouse Friends pack as a manager. So let's go back to the DLC renders and overalls. You could see the comparison there between their My Faction character and their in-game character. This screen right here is how they look in the game on its own without My Faction. So when you go to the roster, this is what you're going to be looking at. We do have them listed here. You could see that we have Bray Wyatt as a powerhouse, aggressive, and he also has cheer for his crowd reaction. Then we're looking at the Fiend Bray Wyatt 2023. We have him as disrespectful, powerhouse, and cheer for his reaction, which I found kind of funny that he was disrespectful but also cheered by the crowd. Obviously, he was a fan favorite, so they were going to have to put that in there. And you also have his main manager, Uncle Howdy 2024, which brings me to him here At the 87, we already knew. His personality trait is loyal. He is a powerhouse and he is cheered. And you could see the paybacks are all listed for each individual, which is pretty cool. Now, you already saw that I gave Uncle Howdy the belt on Twitter. If you didn't follow me on Twitter, check me out. It's Lexx in the description box. You'll be able to find it. But that is Uncle Howdy with the championship belt that I gave him. This to me just felt right, ladies and gentlemen. Even though it's dark and you can't really thoroughly enjoy it here, I can tell you right now that it's the WWE Universal title, in case you did not know, and they knocked it out of the park. That's really my whole vibe for this DLC. Under 10 bucks, it's well worth getting if you're a fan. If not, then you could definitely pass. You won't lose any sleep over it, and that's about it. So I just hope that you guys can find some joy in getting this DLC. It revamps the game for the holidays, you know, the spooky season, right before the WCW pack actually drops, which I'm going to be covering and having some fun with as well. Till then, I'll see you on the next one. Remember, we're going to be streaming some WWE 2k24 and all the latest news and DLC. We're going to be discussing that as well. So till then, let's go. Peace.